I'm Stefan, the BMW DIY guy, and I'm here back at BMW of Seattle today because I have a fantastic opportunity to walk you through all the new features, functions, and updates to the new G30 5 Series LCI. We have a beautiful M550 that we're going to walk through, and we're going to talk about all the new options and the updates so you know what you get if you want to pick up a new 5 Series LCI. Here we are looking at this 2021 M550i, and as you can see by comparison, there's quite a bit of difference. Let's start from the ground up. So first of all, you can see the grille differences. There's not fog lights anymore, and you're not going to see these in the LCI design. Looking at the kidneys, there's quite a bit of difference. Now you've got that shadow line design language, so instead of chrome, you're looking at the kidneys that are all in black, but as you can also see, and I'll zoom up in a second, they're now joined in the middle as well. So the kidneys are essentially one big piece. One of the most important changes you'll see is the headlights. Instead of halos kind of in semicircles, you've now got strong L or kind of hockey stick designs, but also shadow line interiors on the lights themselves. So it really calls out the accents of the lights. So as you look at this, as you walk by, you're not seeing the light structure anymore. You're not seeing the projectors. What you're seeing is really strong halos with that L design. Taking a look at the kidneys up a little bit closer, you've got these slatted kidneys. In this case, all black. As you can see, they're now joined here in the middle. And even then, the kidneys now differ right here off the nose. So there is quite a bit of difference and change here. So as you can see with the front fascia, they've made quite a bit of design language changes and makes it look much more aggressive. As we continue around the outside of the car, you're going to continue to see other changes. Now, there's three models: Luxury, Sport, and M Sport. And of course, this being the M550, this is going to have a lot of M Sport options on it. But you can see what this is going to look like if you choose those options for the other cars. So we look, you've got a choice in wheels from 17 to 20-inch wheels. And you can also see in this case, very highlighted very, very well, are the Amola red brake calipers. Now you've got your choice here as well. You can actually choose the color. You can have blue, red, or silver, depending on how you want to outfit the car. So as we move down the side, there's not really a lot of changes. You see the mirrors are still the same. Side gills or side vents are the same. We'll continue to move around. But as we get around the car, let's talk about the tail. This is really different. They've changed the language of the taillights very, very significantly. So as you can see, they're now kind of an L or bent C shape. There's more of a shadow line style. Looks really good with trapezoidal exhaust. Now the exhaust as well, you're going to see across all the different lines is now going to be the same. You're going to have the same trapezoidal design and a really strong diffuser here with the M550. So really, really gorgeous. So as you can see, they've made quite a bit of difference. Now what I do also want to do is I want to show you what these taillights look like on. So I'm going to jump in. All right, so as you can see, the tail looks great, sounds really good. We're going to take a look at the rest here in a second. We'll take a look at the engine and the motor as we walk around. We've got M brakes here in the back, as you can see, also painted red, really good looking wheels. And we finish around this side of the car. So all in all, really tasteful updates. Looks really good, especially on an aggressively designed M50 like this. Similar performance and motor as before, but in the pre-LCI, but I'd be remiss not to show this gorgeous motor in this M550. As you can see, this will produce 530 horsepower at 5,500 RPM. So this will definitely get you up and going. Now, if you look at the other models, BMW is going to be offering a 530e hybrid plug-in. And that also comes in xDrive. That's going to be 252 horsepower at 5,200 RPM. There also is going to be a 540 available in xDrive, which is going to be a 333 horsepower at 5,500 RPM. So you're going to have your choices of different setup. If you want the hybrid, you want straight gasoline, or you want all of the performance that you're going to see in something like this M550, which is going to be the biggest motor you're going to get short of the M5. Let's take a look at the inside and see what's been updated there. As BMW Seattle just took delivery of this car, you're gonna have to forgive me, there's still a lot of plastics protecting all the screens and the like, because this is a literally brand new car. So we've got a little bit of extra glare today off the screens that you're not normally gonna see once that protective film has been removed. So as we look at this car is actually outfitted with the 12.3 inch gauge cluster option. As you can see, it's an all digital dash. Depending on what model that you get, you can also have analog gauges with a 5.1 inch screen in the middle, but this particular car has the full 12.3. Also talking to the same, so we look to the center, we're looking at the same 12.3 large display. So they actually are calling this with a whole new option. If you get the 12.3 inch display, it's called BMW Live Cockpit Professional Screen, which is also a standard option for the M550. So you're going to get a bigger screen with more options. You're going to have the same gesture and voice controls that you had before, but they've made some new additions. So as we look at the dash, you're going to have gesture and voice control with the new iDrive 7.0. iDrive 7.0 is going to add some additional functionality to the car that it didn't have before. It's going to have the same voice controls for temp and GPS, but you can now control your windows with your voice. The other thing that's going to happen is you're going to get the new updated over-the-air or OTA updates to your car. So BMW is going to be able to push out new updates to your car as they come out. So you don't have to plug them in on a USB stick, bring it into the dealership. They can now send out these updates. Now you're gonna have to forgive the plastic on the seats. Like I said, this is a brand new car, but there's a lot of options here for the seats as well. Depending on which model of 5 Series that you get, there's standard, sport, comfort, and M Sport seats with head restraint. That's standard here in the M550 with this package. That it also has the head restraints, which was a previous M5 only option, so you've got that option. Also, you've got perforated seats. So as you can see, forgive me with the plastic. I'm not gonna pull the plastic off, guys, sorry. But you've also got perforated seats, so you can actually get better ventilation and the like through the seats. So you've got lots of options there. The other thing you can do is they also even have a leather option here on the dash, depending on which options that you go for. Now, as we look at this, you've got a million options of what you could buy. The executive package, Shadowline package, M Performance, M Sport packages, and you name it. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them, but what I really wanted to do was call out some of the differences here. Now, the other cool thing about the technology, as we look at this and we come back to the main dash here, the cool thing about the technology is you've got active lane keeping with semi-autonomous lane change assist. That means the car will help you change lanes. In addition, you can also get an optional parking assistant and an optional reverse driving assistant. Now, the reverse driving assistant is actually a really kind of cool technology. If you are trying to back your car, say back up a narrow driveway, the car will remember what it took to get you down there. With a simple press of a button, it will perfectly mimic how you got in and will drive you back out. So if you live down narrow driveways, have steep turns, and you want to take care of it, and you want to have that technology really give you that advantage, it's a really pretty cool advantage. You can also get an autonomous emergency brake control and also an adaptive cruise control, depending on which options that you add. So as you can see, they've really brought new technology, new setup, and a lot of options to really what is the amazing flagship M550. It's really a gorgeous car. So I did want to show the iDrive 7 a little bit, especially on this brand new 12.3-inch screen. So forgive a little bit of extra reflection. It still has, as you can see here, it still has the protective plastic on it. This is a brand new car that has yet to be delivered, so I'm not going to take that off. So don't think that normal reflection from the plastic is normal. It looks really, really good. You've got your same iDrive control, and I'm going to be using the control primarily in this case. You've got gesture and voice. But as you can see, you've got a lot of different options, especially with this new big screen. It's very clean. The design is updated nicely. The iDrive 7 or OS 7 looks really, really good. So as we can go through media, communications, back to the main top menu, and the button design, which I'll show the iDrive controller here in just a second, makes a lot of sense. It looks very similar to what I've seen in the F30 or F32 series. Take a look at your map. You can see the larger screen is a nice design. You've got that same similar dial in, dial out ability with the iDrive controller. But as you can tell, the new updated graphics are pretty neat. So let's take a look at the Seahawks Stadium over there. It looks pretty good from here. As you can tell, the graphics and mapping have been updated. Looking at navigation, all the same sort of controls that you'd like to do. We're going to go back. You can also go into options. And the nice thing is, with a screen this size, you can even turn it off. Sometimes if it's really dark or the like, it's nice to have it off. One last thing about the iDrive, let's take a look at the new controller. As you can see, the logic to it still remains very, very similar to where your button layout is, and it's very responsive and quick. So the new iDrive 7 really is sophisticated, looks really, really good. I really like this new iDrive 7. All right, so as you can see, pretty much wrapped up. What a beautiful car. But really what you want to do is look across the entire line. So whether you're looking at the 530e plug-in hybrid that's going to be very, very fuel efficient, through the M550, which is going to be high performance, and everything in between. They're going to bring all the options of technology that you're going to look for in your car. What I wanted to do is really kind of highlight the differences you're going to see in the LCI. So when you come into the dealership or you're going through the configurator, you're going to see those differences and have a sense of what those options are going to bring for you. When BMW Seattle let me know that they had a brand new one in, I really leapt at the opportunity to be able to bring you this preview of what you could put into your car. Fantastic technology, amazing cars, and a great update. Thank you to BMW Seattle. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you on my next project.